Welcome to the SEO.co Search Engine Optimization Podcast. Digital marketing essentials and next-level tactics. From off-site and on-site optimization to persuasive selling and everything in between. You'll learn actionable tips on what it takes to outright and outrank your competition.
Welcome back to another episode of the SEO.co podcast. We're continuing the series Link Building for SEO. Today we're rolling into Chapter 4, How to Build Links the Right Way. We'll shortly talk about the two general methods for building links, link attraction versus manual link building. But before we get there, we need to talk about the general principles you'll need to follow to ensure your links function as intended and don't attract a penalty. So let's talk about white hat link building. There can be a vast differential in the quality of the backlinks you acquire back to your website. Quality beats quantity every day of the week. This shortlist should help you determine the characteristics of a high-quality backlink. Content. Google looks at the contextual value of your links to determine whether or not they're natural. This means you need to pay attention to your context and only publish links that are truly valuable for your target audience. Next, domain strength. The domain authority strength of your link sources is the single biggest indicator of a link's potential value. The higher your source's authority, the better, though it will also be harder to get the link. Niche blogs without much readership won't have much domain authority, but major household names like national news sources will have authority in spades. We use Moz and Ahrefs domain authority and domain rating to help gauge. Next, general diversity. Google is extremely sophisticated and can detect patterns in links fairly easily. If it detects a pattern, it interprets an action as being manual, possibly manipulative, and it could trigger a red flag that ends up penalizing you. Diversifying your strategy is the best way around this. Next up, source diversity. If you build too many links on a single site, it will start to look shady, and you'll earn less authority over time. Attracting links naturally can help you mitigate this risk, but you can also simply choose new publishers in your manual link building efforts. Next, link page diversity. Linking to the same page, especially a homepage or other anchor page over and over, will be a red flag as well. No follow versus do follow. Don't be afraid to build no follow links, and even unlinked brand mentions as substitutes and complements for your ordinary link building efforts. Normal link profiles always include no follow links. And lastly, link scale. When you first start out, you'll be relegated to leveraging low authority sources. This isn't a bad deal at first, as your own domain authority will probably be low, and even low authority sources can give you significant results. However, as you spend more time, you'll find your results plateauing. Now, Chapter 5, Black Hat Link Building, or How to Build Links the Wrong Way. Now that we've outlined the basic concepts of modern link building, as well as a high-level view of the strategies you'll need to be successful at it, let's take a step back and look at how link building came to be, how it's evolved, and why it has an undeserved questionable reputation in the SEO and general marketing industry. In this chapter, we'll dive into the dark abyss of black hat link building for SEO. First, old school link building. Old school link building, a technical term I assure you, was nothing shy of atrocious. Nobody liked it, even the people reaping the benefits of it. Why? Because Google's authority measurement algorithm was painfully simple. Links couldn't be evaluated in terms of quality, which meant that any link on the web passed roughly the same proportionate value to whatever site it pointed to. As you can imagine, there was too much wiggle room for abuse in this model. Any webmaster with enough time on their hands could spam links everywhere they could, on blogs, forums, and so forth, and see their ranks climb in a linear and predictable fashion. Irrelevant and low-quality sites frequently made it to the top of SERPs, frustrating searchers, and spammy links were popping up everywhere on the web. Even software was developed that could automate the entire process of signing up for sites, creating content with links in it, and posting that content. That's why Google stepped up its game in 2012 with an algorithm known as the Penguin Update. Now, let's move into Google Updates. The Penguin Update was released in April of 2012, and even though Google had taken measures to improve its link evaluations in the past, this was the first real step towards the modern ranking system we know today. Essentially, Penguin overhauled the way Google viewed the quality of links pointing to various websites. It became able to detect how natural a link was, and took a more natural approach to evaluating anchor text, which could previously be stuffed with keywords to improve a relevant score for those targets. Penguin penalized sites that use these old-school shady black hat tactics, and instead rewarded sites that had natural link profiles. Any site that had bad links pointing to them, In essence, ones with keyword-stuffed anchor text, ones irrelevant or non-valuable to users, etc., could have those links removed, or, in extreme cases, disavowed in order to eventually restore their ranking to its previous levels. Multiple iterations of Penguin have rolled out since then, including Penguin 2.0 and 3.0, both of which have added new ranking signals to the algorithm. However, most of these updates have been small and have essentially been data refreshes that haven't overhauled Penguin's core system of evaluating links. And that's all we've got for you this episode. Join us next time on Link Building for SEO as we roll into black hat link building strategies to avoid. Thanks again for listening to the SEO.co podcast, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you for joining us on the SEO.co podcast. We appreciate your time. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show and visit SEO.co for more resources based on today's topic, as well as access to more podcast episodes to help you improve your site's long-term SEO success.